前はもう死んでいる。
Hi guys, welcome to another B-road talk. Literally leaving work, and I got my FN2 back from TGM. I left the car with the boys to basically adjust the suspension height and do fast road setup or geometry setup. The reason why I've asked them to check or the ride height is because I felt it was a bit too low, and Tom, which is the CEO of the TGM, also agreed it was a bit too low. So they adjusted mainly the rears so that the setup was what basically I've pretended or I wanted to be. Before going to too much detail about the fast road setup, I just want to say, when I dropped my car at TGM, I felt that I was in heaven. There was so many Hondas there, especially important Hondas, that honestly I was so excited. I mean, you name it, Integras, DC2 or DC5, racing hippie trees, Preludes, Accords. It was just heaven. It's almost like I felt like I was like a boy in a toy shop. And Tom, such an approachable guy, he knows so much stuff. It's unbelievable how much he knows, and how friendly he is as well. Because you get to the point, and especially a certain age, that you probably have no time for some youngsters or people that make too much noise or too much question. But he's such a lovely guy, Tom, and honestly, I'm over the moon with the service, and that's one of the reasons I want to talk about this in my B-road talk, which is a fast road setup, a good investment. So let's start from the beginning. So a fast road setup is basically a wheel alignment. Basically, it's a wheel alignment, but it's a bit more aggressive for cornering. And so instead of using the standard settings from Honda for this specific car, they go a bit beyond on camber and toe adjustment to make the car feel a bit more planted when cornering. You can do a fast road setup on standard suspension, although I think you'll need camber bolts, so obviously for them to adjust the camber a bit better. Our car, so the FN2 being a torsion beam, there's not much you can do apart from getting some chims. I think it's chims, what's the name of it, that will give you 0.5 millimeter or something like that. Not much. So there's not much you can do about the rears apart from just checking if it's within the normal standards. This car is known for oversteering, and that's probably the main issue it has. But with a fast road setup, and some magic, I would say, that oversteers can be overcome. I mean, if you got a car with an LSD, you probably will not feel that much. But if you don't, as you go into a corner, let's say a right corner, you feel the car just trying to pull you to your left. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I felt. With the LSD, you probably won't feel that much, or probably won't feel it at all unless you're on a track day. But if you don't have a LSD car, which is basically all FN2s made from April 2010, apart from the Championship White edition. So if you don't have one, and bear in mind that getting an LSD will cost you around £600, I think. The next best thing you can get for the money is a fast road setup, in my opinion. Again, yeah, if you get camber bolts and some lowering springs, that will help it big time. If you get a set of coilovers, then that's exactly what you want, and you'll get the best you can get from the setup, because more settings they do have for adjustment, better work they can do. Right, so do I think is it worth it for the money? I think it is. I think it absolutely is, because the car feels much more, I won't say planted, but so how can I explain this? It's basically where you point, it goes, and you don't feel that juddering or things like that when you're turning the wheel. It's almost like the car is balanced, and I guess that's one of the reasons why they call it a fast road setup. I think they also sorted out my dampening, because it's not as stiff it was before, and I thought that would be a downside, because I mean, not being so stiff, I wouldn't do the corners so well. But actually it's not too bad, and it's bloody much more comfortable. It's much more comfortable. Again, I can't tell you that the setup is exactly what I needed, because I haven't tracked the car. I just did some twisters, and I felt the car completely different from what I had. Because when I've installed the coilovers and I put the rear anti-roll bar, I didn't do any alignment, so the car felt that it was not perfect, so to speak. So it was like not balanced from the point of view of say I'm doing a corner now, nothing. It's just amazing how precise, that's the word, precise, turning has become. Other thing that I also felt, and I'm pretty sure it's because of the alignment, is before the alignment the wheel felt really stiff when cornering, but now is nice. It's really nice. Is the feeling. This is why I think the fast road setup is one of the best things you can get. Is the feeling of cornering through the steering wheel is amazing. It feels much better. Need to sort out my squeaky clutch pedal. Bear in mind that the master cylinder has been replaced 3 years ago, and I still got the problem. So hey yo, Honda, sort it out. But yeah, I mean, it's, as I said, it's not expensive as such. I mean, just for the alignment is 90 quid, something like that. I paid a bit more because I had to get the suspension sorted, ride height, but dear oh dear, it feels such a good car. It's planted, it's not so discomfortable, so to speak, driving it, because before, every time I went over a bump, it was like really hard rock, and I'm running 17s, so if I was using my 19s like the Rage ones, then I would probably break my back. But yeah, it's such a good mod in my opinion, and it's not that expensive. So fast road setup, or have a geometry setup on your local Honda specialist, and you'll see what I mean. and just enjoy, guys. So I'll say goodbye with the second gear and some pull up. See you on the next video.